or a bidet, one of the two.
Bidets are nice, aren't they?
You need to, you need
What
to
I
do a
talked
quick
about this
inside
the other
rinse.
day.
Make sure there's nothing inside. The water needs to run clear.
Yeah, Q and I actually spoke about this the other day about bidets, and him and somebody were trying to warn me that there's problems with the water and stuff. And I started laughing.
I didn't say there
I've
was
only
problems with
used
the
a
water.
bidet. I've only used a bidet one time in my life, and
What?
it was amazing.
They're lovely.
What do you do at your house? You're such a dirty man.
I just don't have a bidet in my house. Just have a toilet.
No, like let me ask you this, Scuba.
Well, I have
Like,
it
if
at
you were like walking down the street, taking a dog for a walk, and they poop, and you accidentally mess up, and you get poop from the dog on your hand. Are you gonna go just like wipe it off with a paper towel when you get home? Or are you gonna wash your hands?
I'm going to wash my hands, brother.
Exactly. So like when you're at home, in your spot, usually the ensuite, you're watching TV, you got to head over there. You don't like properly wash yourself. Weird, right?
I completely understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Like it's like, and it's kind of nice. Like rookies go with the warm water, veterans go with the cold water. It's a nice splash, brings you back to life.
Liam, no soap. No,
That's right. Some people will turn on the hot water like on the sink as they walk in, and you hear that and you go, rookie. You know what they are. And like, but some people, they just go for the cold blast. That's a respectful human being.
So, like, how much are one of these things? Like, I heard you can get like attachments.
Oh,
I bought a tushy for.
Yeah,
I bought a tushy. It was on sale for like $45.
You can get them for like $50 to like $1,000, up to $3,000 if you really want the cool wand and stuff. Oh, that's gross. No, that's like. Was it you guys who were talking about? Oh, was it your live small town where we talked about? Small town, was it your live where we talked about fucking? Oh my god, what's it called? Getting your balls snipped. Vasectomies? Was it yours?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, yeah. No, you don't want somebody like. You don't want a butler or whatever you were saying there. Small town. You want it to be by yourself, or you want like you don't want to have any association with something like that.
You should look up Lewis Black's personal ball washer. Great little bit of comedy. Great little bit of comedy. You'll enjoy it.
So I Google it. It's like the milking table.
No, it's. Do you know who Lewis Black is?
Ew.
Lewis Black is a comedian, and it's a bit of a special.
Oh, it's like the window.
Lemon.
You're so gross, small town. But also incredible.
I think actually
we were talking about this on a live about bidets, and somebody said they used the bottle that they got for some reason. I was like, oh god.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
To be clean.
If you see a cup by the toilet, don't use that cup.
Don't bring that to the bar. Where is that? It's more of a goose. It's like a gooseneck rather than like the open flower. Well, that's not bad. Like I would take that over nothing. Like scuba's the one that's weird here.
Oh no, I think they're a great idea. I've just only had an opportunity to use one time.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I was just on Amazon looking them up.
Oh, you get like.
Oh,
if you go extra hard with the water pressure.
No. You
don't
have to go
extra out.
No. You don't go extra hard with the water pressure. Kegels, man, Kegels.
No. You go extra hard with the water pressure. You get extra clean.
Oh,
ew, God!
Just gotta use that Gorilla Grip, bro.
You came back with an STI. You're like, I don't know how to explain it, babe. Oh, sorry. There is, yeah.
It's the algorithm.
It's me. No, it's me. I always bring it down somehow. It's me.
Oh, mango.
It's still
Was
the
that a butthole
spring. I still
you
haven't
just did that
fucking.
with? Gross. Is your wife still watching from upstairs? Okay, good. I didn't want her to judge you for that last 10 minutes. I know.
But you've known each other since forever.
Oh, that's cool, buddy. What a great school that is. Wow. That's like romantic almost and nice. Jesus, man. That's a cool story. And I still
Aww.
haven't stopped. How old's your kid? Wow, you're right in the thick of it. Nice. In another year, they can pull a stool up and get themselves a yogurt, so you can kind of already. Of course.
I should have only had one.
That's cool, buddy. That's awesome. My daughter used to have this she was like a clean freak, and so we'd be sitting on the couch, and if we had our feet up and they're bare feet, she had this feet cleaning fetish where she'd just be grab the baby wipes and start rubbing our feet down. Gotta clean your feet, Dada. Gotta clean your feet, Mama. And it was every day, 3 times a day. Well, obviously, very nice. One pedicure a year. That's awesome. I love that. Yeah. My daughter's 9 now. My son's 7, and she's a miniature Scooty, and there's a lot of problems with
Oh
that.
God.
There's a lot of pride with it as well. But I'm like, oh no. And
Yeah, we have one of those.
the unapologetic confidence and farts are part of that. Yeah.
Oh no, that's not part of it. No, half of it.
She
That was such a great show. Yeah, man.
yeah, well, I'm gonna go find some people I can yell at because I like you guys. So,
All right. Yeah, do that because I feel pretty good now.
yeah, fuck you, Q. Fuck you. All the time. Well, I don't love you. I don't love you, but I respect you. Both of you. So it's I can't fight with you guys anymore. Oh well, yeah, you have a terrible you have a terrible foundation or worldview, but that's fine.
So now he's trying to start a fight.
See you later.
What? Killer, I love you, bud.
Do you?
Into the thick of it. Small
Go lay down.
town. You got some awesome fucking hair. Killer, I love you, bud.
I'm sure you do.
I do. Come on. Fuck.
Ain't nothing gonna stop us.
Yeah.
But it was rhythmic.
Which is what?
Nah, you got to put on the greatest country. Oh, go for it.
Nope.
Don't know what it is. I'm just gonna say you got to put on the greatest country star ever, Dixon Dallas.
What? It's off the wall, bud.
It's on TikTok.
No, it's
Oh, you're
not.
fine.
Killer, come on, fuck. Let's go. Your bald spot.
Wait,
Hey,
which one? Are you looking for Dixon Dallas or the other one?
no. Go look up Coulter Wall. Fuck, both of you.
This is F-150. I think that's F-150.
There's more than
F-150
one.
suck, dude. Come on. Small
Dixon Dallas
town.
is
What do you
amazing.
drive, dude? What do you drive, dude? Come on. Oh,
Yeah.
Killer, what do you drive?
What do you think I drive?
What do you
What do
drive?
you think I drive?
Uh, a fucking Kia, I think.
I
No?
drive a 2012 Volvo C30 manual shift,
Nice.
6 speed.
Nice. 6 speed, really?
No, gas.
Gas. What?
It's a Volvo.
Gas or diesel?
My car is gas.
Your car is fucking manual, really, dude?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't like automatic cars.
Good. You're the last of a dying breed, bruh.
I'm not an idiot. You are.
Nope.
So I'm aware of that.
Hey, prove me wrong. I'm an idiot. Come on, let's go.
I just fucking schooled you 20 minutes ago.
Hey, dude, don't get upset. Fucking smile.
No, I fucking schooled you, bro.
No, you didn't, dude. Smile. Anger doesn't win. Small town says you drive a small big car.
It ain't much.
You're gonna go into your wife's room and start singing it.
It ain't
Don't
mean
be
nothing
angry,
when
dude.
unreasoned.
Come on, fuck. You're the
Class. I haven't seen those in a while.
killer. Guess what I drive?
Put on Good Looking by Dixon Dallas. I don't care what you drive. I don't care what you
Killer,
drive. Some
dude,
lifted
come
fucking
on,
monster or
dude.
whatever. I really
Dude,
don't.
calm the fuck down. What do I drive?
I am calm, dude. I don't give a shit what you drive.
That means you're angry. Fuck. Stop.
No,
being
it's not. No, it's
It
not.
is, dude.
No, it's not.
Small
It
town.
means
What
I
do I
don't
drive?
give a shit. Wait, is this Good Looking by Dixon Dallas?
That's the gayest answer ever.
No,
and
I like
no,
Four Rangers.
no. Back it
Like
up.
for bombing
Back it
around.
up. Hey,
Just like
back it up.
CR.
I inspect pipelines on a daily basis. I do, bud. What do I drive?
Are you a directional driller too?
F equals what? No. F equals fag. So nope. There's no what? F equals fucking not inspecting pipelines. What?
Why did
No.
I defend him?
Defend me. Sure. No, I don't.
No, I regret coming to your defense earlier.
Yep. Go. Fuck, run. Go. The Oilers won. Fuck, that's why. Fuck. Ooh. Cool.
There's something about the way you look in my eyes. Like a starry night, you
I like
light up
how
my sky.
you just jump out.
You
Okay.
leaning closer
You should
and my
dance to
heart
that,
starts to
too.
pound. I heard
You still
sigh,
haven't won.
you know
Yeah.
I love that sound. He's bouncing off my booty cheeks. I love the way he rides. I can hardly breathe when he's pumping deep
He's
inside.
pumping deep
I
inside.
kiss him on his neck and then he kisses on my pussy. Call him daddy while I holler, man, that boy's so damn good looking. We made love and then he kissed me. I don't want it to.
I love Dixon Dallas. He's
Every day we
hilarious.
spend together, I fall more into him. That boy, he takes my breath away. I can't find the words to say, so I wrote this little note. Kiss it, seal it, so you know I've got some time. If you've got some time too, you've been on my mind, baby. Let me remind you while I lay you down. I can't get enough. I'm stuck in your love. That's fine with
No,
me.
this is him.
Nowhere else I want.
That is really crazy because you can make
This is
pretty,
real art.
pretty cool.
He rides.
can hardly breathe
Breathe when he's
deep
pumping
inside.
deep inside.
Kiss him on his neck
Run
and then he
into
kisses on my pussy. Call him
Call him
Daddy Wog. There's another one. Oh fuck. There's a. This is the other one I'm trying to think of.
I like the attempt though. You say brown eye instead of eye.
Good. Small time. It's time to go to bed. But yeah, dude, you're running fucking late.
Plants can't plant themselves.
Do you need to before you go? You need to play. It's "You're Pretty." Why you are pretty. Keep riding.
Killer, dude, you need to go to bed too. Fuck. Yeah. Killer, go to bed, bud.
something about you and I don't know why.
I think this is the one.
Straight when I look into your eyes, you know how to play it right. Yeah, you took me by surprise. The way you're talking sounds like it's another long night. Yeah, your mustache tickles my nutsack, baby. You know that's fine with me. You said you wanna cover my face with love, so maybe I'll find out it's here. So throw it back, yeah, just like that. You know just how to do it, that ass is fat. Yeah, we can go fast, we can take it slow. Got your claw in my back, I'm your little ho-oh-oh. He spreads my cheeks and he makes me scream. He's my number one daddy, gonna make him cream.
I think this is my favorite. That's my favorite.
I fucking love this guy so much.
Sweet Christ.
I stumbled on him on TikTok and I was like, this is not real. Dixon Dallas is on tour. That's
Okay,
how popular he is.
when he goes to Eddie, I'll come with you. Q.
The only time he's come to Canada so far is he's only hit Toronto.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Toronto's too damn
I'm
far.
watching.
Don't say it
Excuse
won't
me.
happen.
That's from where I'm from, sir.
It's still far away.
Oh, I thought you said something else. No, it is far.
What do you think I said?
No, it doesn't.
Toronto smells like hot dogs and shawarma.
Yeah, the Toronto Convention Center smells like piss.
Toronto smells like hot dogs and shawarma.
It's been a while since I've been there, to be fair.
So a lot more pee stuff.
Yeah, but downtown never smelled like. No. It's like I'm from like I was born and raised in Etobicoke, but my dad lived downtown at King and Bathurst. I know King and Bathurst like the back of my hand, or the downtown core like the back of my hand. At least I did. Well, there's a lot of
Isn't it
people
raining
and
there?
very little worker.
That
I don't
doesn't
really
get
have
rid
much
of it.
time. Yeah,
What
we
the
have
hell
lots
is
of
a road apple? What
not
the hell is a
roadkill.
road apple?
Roadkill? Oh, yeah, because we have cops that roam the streets on horses.
Yeah, but that's just grass.
No, we have horses that patrol. Whatever
Bad
reason,
joke.
because I've never seen any of them go galloping down the streets of Toronto in chase of somebody.
I've seen them
It's
chase people in
tradition.
Calgary. I've seen Mounted RC and Pete chase people down in Calgary before. Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, she didn't get clumped. Didn't even get near her.
For us, it was at the Stampede.
Well, I don't know. You're about to pass out, aren't you?
I'm broke. You're tired.
Well, I hope you enjoy the new artist I've introduced you all to. I didn't touch any of them tonight.
I propose trying to win them over. Like you're almost there. I think you've done
No,
it like a few times. Like that one time you did like 3 of them.
there's a couple of them, yeah, but most of them, no.
Yeah.
If you can't,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
you need to establish a base in reality, and if they will not commit to that base, the conversation is not worth pursuing.
No, you don't know that. You have to
No,
join
no,
them in on their struggles.
no. You ask them, what proof can I give you for you to say, yes, this is real? And when you provide them the proof that they ask you to provide, and they say, oh, the conversation is not worth pursuing because they will always move the goalposts. They will not acknowledge reality. They
No,
won't.
you got a
I've
deep
seen it.
canvas. Deep
No,
canvas. do it.
Focus. I've been on this. Focus. I've been on this app a long time. I've been with people preaching that message, and it's not.
Well, you
These
don't do it by
people.
apps. Like anybody who, yeah. I don't know. That's not how you do it. A mind trick.
No.
What do you mean?
I think it's very much people who've made up their mind going into into an argument have already made up their mind.
Oh, I'm too tired. We're full. Yeah, that would win me over.
Well, I don't know. I asked you, you want some pudding? Putting these nuts on your head?
You're not 5. You guys are like 9 and 10.
No, because those were your mama jokes. Your mama's so short you can see her feet in her driver's license.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what?
Your mama is so short you can see her feet in her driver's license.
I'm using that on my mother tomorrow.
That's such an old joke. Oh fuck, what's another one? Oh, I know. Your mama, fuck. Your mom's so fat. Fucking stepped on the scales. Your phone number. I remember that one. That was an old one. Classic.
This is really like PG, but my husband, he always cooks like Ichiban noodles, and my kids love it. But now they like they're like, "Mommy, I want some of Daddy's noodle." That's all they say. I'm like, "Okay, no, we gotta call it like Mr. Noodle," but they won't, and it's just But that's all I got. All I got.
I
I
mean,
can tell you
like,
that my students got on me today if you want.
What's that?
My students today, they asked whether or not I had to put on suntan lotion before I turned on the lights because I'm so white.
Man, I don't know if I could be a teacher. Kids are brutal.
Those were 4 little girls from Jamaica. That took everything in my body not to sass back.
I was on a live, and I was talking to some, African Americans. I don't know. They identified as black, so I don't know exactly but they were talking about like, YT people and their like washing ritual and stuff, and they were like dragging us through the mud, like just saying that like
y'all
we
don't
don't
wash your.
moisturize and we
Do you
don't
wash your legs when you're in the
wash
shower? Do you
ourselves
wash your
better.
legs
Yes.
when you're in the shower? A lot of people, a lot of people don't wash their legs.
Yeah, that's what they said too. And
They
then
don't.
and we're like, and you need to like moisturize like all the time. Like they're like, how long are you spending in the bath? Like we talk to people that are in and out in 10 minutes, and you can tell just going off. I was like, oh, okay.
It's kind of funny in my school, for all the children who are black, there's 65 of them, and 63 of them are from Jamaica.
Really?
Good Lord.
So, like, for us, it's
They must get patois going fucking.
we have a lot of Jamaicans and 2 Nigerians. Got it.
Wow. Oh, and
What's
that's in
wrong?
Canada?
Killer,
Yeah,
did
he's
I
in
just hurt
Calgary.
you?
No, I feel sorry for you.
Oh, yeah, I get sassed all the time. All the time.
Oh my God. And Nigerians, Nigerians just what they do to English is poetry.
You should hear some of the shit they've come up with.
Honestly.
Ooh, Patrick's
Though
awake.
I gotta say, one of my favorite South African insults
He's one of the. He's a guy I follow in here. He's in Ontario. He's a musician, and he's really good for guitar. I quite like his music. Should I invite him, guys?
If I back it up, is it fat enough? When I throw it back, is it fast enough? If I speed it up, can you handle that?
Yeah, where's Sammy now?
Watch me throw it back, throw it
And cheeks clap boy.
Anyone got some loonies to throw at him?
I know, right? Like, it's fucking expensive to go to a Canadian strip club, eh?
And Jesus is there by Jesus, Mary and Joseph in the fucking house they rode to Bethlehem there by.
Yeah, that too. But seriously, though, it's expensive. You can't make it rain.
You can, but it's gonna freaking hurt.
Mimi.
Sounds like the North Star in Fredericton.
I've never been to any of the lady ones.
We went to one that had like a built-in shower. Um, yeah, it was pretty cool, but then it burnt down. So, but.
Yeah.
Was it? Sorry, there's a strip club that's called the Bearfax? Oh, I thought it was the other bear. Well, I got really excited for what you were offering. We've all seen your moves. I'm not surprised.
They used to have like amateur nights at one of the places, and like anybody could go up and do it. It was, yeah, it was it was actually a fun night. No, it wasn't like actually it was actually kind of cool. It was like watching like homemade corn, you know. It was wholesome. Yeah.
Yeah, but some of that homemade shit isn't great.
No, and some of them, the dancers weren't. But
Thank you.
I think that place still is kicking. Yeah, I think it's still kicking.
oh, that's what they do.
Dancing is actually like
Like, get out of here, scram! Let the men talk.
Well, clearly you're not in there for their business. Hey, Q.
I would never go back now, but like spent a lot of time in them. But yeah, it's not.
Sorry to interrupt you guys. Q, how's the
Honestly,
fuzzball doing?
the what? Oh, the fuzzball, he's
Fuzzball.
doing good. He's bitching at me for a bit to come go to bed with him, but he lied down and really cuddle him.
Did you give him nose boobs?
Yes, I did.
Good.
That's what I heard too.
A boop, like
What'd you think I said?
boob. Titty.
Oh.
Bathhouses are more fun than strip clubs anyway.
I have never been to one.
No, they've made them co-op because of COVID.
Oh, you say that like it's a bad thing.
Well,
Oh,
Edmonton doesn't have any queer spaces anymore.
okay.
And now only men only night is Friday night only because every other fucking night is co-ed.
Yeah, but we didn't have them at all before. It sounds like, and
Yeah,
now,
and they were our private clubs
well, what did we have?
because you, you straight people had actual sex clubs you could go to.
I thought you said just women weren't allowed. Q.
No, I said no, it's co-ed. On
I know, but
Friday nights only, it's men only.
yeah, but before that, it was only men only, right?
Yeah, because there was a bunch of gay dudes hiding in secret going to fuck each other.
Oh.
It's not a strip club. It's a sex club.
It sounds like an exclusive club, but now it's not exclusive anymore.
No, yeah, what about yeah, no, it was a safe place for us. And now
Okay.
we have our a true gentleman's club.
So it's just like a big old tub, or what?
No, there you
Tell
get
me what this is.
okay. I can do this. I can
What
do
a
this without
freaking
getting
mental image.
um so at least so Steamworks in Edmonton, you enter it from the back alley. There's no front
You
entrance
don't.
to it
Sorry.
because it's yeah you enter it from the back. It's upstairs and it's so you got to climb the stairs. And you walk in and you got to buy a locker. I believe it's like $5 or $10 for the deposit, depending on the night, or depending on the time you check in. And then you get your lockers to put everything in, and then in return you get the help. On, and then you're also given a room. Well, if you
A
want a room,
room?
it's a little more. Yeah, you can get a room. There's certain rooms that are they have like I think they have like 6 or 7 rooms that you can.
Oh.
It's not an overnight room, right? Um, because again, this is not a hotel.
I think they just soak and then it's like you you can put
No,
lotion
no, there
on
are
after.
rooms. They have swings, they have glory holes, they have videos,
What?
there is actually a place where it's like an amphitheater. There's like layers and there's a bench right there and actually
Where did you
it's
go?
weird. But yeah, no, there was like a display of men that apparently enjoyed watching me smoke a stogie.
It's weird.
Um, there are open showers. There's a hot tub, but no fun's allowed in the hot tub. Because sanitary, you know what I mean? But there is a swing.
Like this sounds.
Um, it's a sex dungeon.
That's. I had
It's
no
not
idea.
it's not like a bathhouse isn't a place to go have a bath.
Well, then they didn't name it right. Then
Then
I
go to a
thought.
spa. I mean, you can do that, but there's going to be a lot of men watching you. Or if it's co-ed night, then
So like
I don't go on co-ed night. I don't fucking know. I don't want to be seeing that shit.
Can you go and report back?
I'm not. I got over the first. I've been. Exposure therapy. It worked.
But like, are these swings like in this like private rooms, or are they like just in like
There's
over the
only
hot
like
tub?
so. There's one. I think there's two. There's two in rooms, and like those are the big rooms, and they cost more.
Can
But
you
yeah, they're part
invite
of the room.
everybody? Like, can you
Oh
like
yeah,
book the room
if
and
you
then
have a room,
invite
you can have. You
everybody?
can if you have that door open, it means that like, hey, come on in. Because usually, well, if one person goes alone, then whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Where?
There's like one of those things where like where
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you're in a swing. You know what I mean?
Where are the holes?
For what?
Well, you said that there were glory holes.
Oh, they're scattered all over around.
Stop it!
They're all over the place. They're all over the place. Like
Q, how are you
you,
not laughing?
there's just like because how like
It's got to get
Swallow it.
weird
place.
sometimes.
You heteros stole
Glory
another one of our
holes.
places.
Sorry. It sounds amazing. I'm not gonna lie.
It
Like me
is.
20 years ago. Oh, I don't know that far ago. That would have been illegal, but me 15 years ago would love that place.
And 15 years ago, it was for us queers only.
I'm sorry. My
Well, y'all had your
friend.
swingers clubs. Y'all had your swingers clubs, okay?
Well, I never got like heard about these things. Probably because they had stupid names like bathhouses, and I probably
Yeah,
thought
that's
that's
why
what
we
it
hid them
was.
away. That's why we hid them away.
Wow, that's
Go
crazy
look
though.
up, go look up Steamworks in Edmonton.
Well, I'm gonna have to now.
The
Maybe I'll
website
go
is
pick up my husband from the airport.
the website is safe for work friendly. There's nothing you won't see tits or cocks all over the place.
But when I go there, I might.
I just named birds. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hmm.
There's a there are what is it? What's that kind of bird? It's a blue tit and then a cock. You know,
China.
but no, yeah, explore it because now
Yeah.
it's co-ed.
So maybe everybody's like not going now that it's co-ed because it sounds like it was very exclusive
No, now
before.
it's going. Now everybody's going because everybody can go.
I wonder how much bleach they have to put in that tub.
There is no tub. There is no tub. There's no bathtub.
What?
There's no bathtub.
The hot
No one
tub.
actually washes. Oh, the hot tub. But nobody fucks or does any like you need to. There's like you need to be clean to go into the hot tub, there's a general um
So I shouldn't go with.
standard.
I
There's a
shouldn't
general
go there
standard
after I
of
go
keeping it clean.
gardening.
Oh no, because there's showers. There's showers you can rinse off.
Ugh. It
But there's
sounds
no
like so many
privacy. There's no
rules.
curtain. There's no curtain or anything. The showers are just open.
That's that's crazy to me. And there's probably no
Oh
like you probably can't have like videotaping or anything like
no,
in there either, eh?
no.
I couldn't do
Unless you were
TikTok
in
live.
the I know you could definitely like record in the rooms and whatnot, but no phones are allowed in the open. And they make you put your phone in the locker.
So what's that? Remember that show that they would go into like hotel rooms with that special like light and they would turn it off and then they would look to see where all
UV
the
light. Bleach doesn't get rid of that.
right like it could really paint a picture of what that room is seeing.
But see, you got to use the right cleaner. You got to use the right cleaners, right?
It's a
You got
crime
to use
scene.
you got to use enzyme cleaners that actually break down these things and not just dyes it white.
I don't know if anyone wants to talk about nine.
I'd rather it be clean than dyed. Yeah, he'd make a lot of it. Yeah, he'd have a lot of fans. Just saying.
Well, that makes me so happy that there's those places. I had no idea. I thought that was just
They've
like something
existed
you
for
want.
like ever. Like when I say ever, I mean like the 60s, the 50s, the 20s. No, those were different. Rocky, my husband's home. Rocky, my husband's home. Wake up. My booty cheeks, I love the way he rides. Uh, Good looking? No.
I know that the bathhouse in Calgary has been around since at least the 1980s.
Whoa!
What?
How did you wake up and come into the conversation?
I wasn't asleep.
This
That's where Rocky.
No, I
I
wasn't.
ain't gay, but I do gay stuff. Like fucking dudes in the back of my
In the back of my
A little
truck.
ass
In the
slap
bathhouse.
don't mean I'm queer. I just suck some
Fucking
dick
love those
when I
songs.
drink my beer. I ain't nothing wrong with a little squeeze. It don't mean shit if you're on your knees. I love my guns and I have my rights. And I fuck dudes on Friday nights. I ain't gay, I just love my bros and take.
I will happily wear that
real
shirt.
Spartan energy.
Rocky said he wasn't sleeping, but he was sleeping, right?
You were
That could have come
snoring.
from any of you.
Uh-huh. He's like, he's like, bouncing on your booty cheeks.
Yeah, that wasn't the live I was expecting, but it was a nice change. Change is good.
It's my fault. It's still spring and I'm still in heat.
I picture my little
Man, there's too
chickens.
many cats on my farm.
I was going to stay up until 1:30 today. Oh, am I going to stay up another half an hour?
Good
Night.
Good night.
I ain't gay, but I do gay stuff. Like fucking dudes in the back of my truck. A little ass slap don't mean I'm queer. I just suck some dick when I drink my beer. I ain't nothing wrong with a little squeeze. It don't mean shit if you're on your knees. I love my guns and I have my rights. And I fuck dudes on Friday nights. I ain't gay, I just love my bros and taking back shots and camo clothes. I watch football and I spit my chaw, then stroke my buddy in the bathroom stall. I ain't gay, now hear me out. I just like men and I say it proud. We hit the lake and cut off jeans, rub each each other down with sunscreen. He grabs my waist, I slap his ass. We're just two men who like to smash. We share a tent and share a chew. I suck his dick, but just us two. Don't call it gay, don't make it weird. It's just what bros do with a couple beers. I ain't gay, I just love my bros and taking back shots in camo clothes. I watch football and I spit my chaw and stroke my buddy in the bathroom stall. I ain't gay, now hear me out. I just like men and I say it proud. I ain't gay, now that's the truth. Now bend on over and I'll show you proof.
Ben Shapiro is, I think, in a bit of a difficult position here. He obviously doesn't agree with a lot of the Trump administration's actions, but he's got an audience, and the Daily Wire is in some financial trouble. We've cited Jose.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah. We've cited the YouTube essayist, Jose. You said Jose, not a J, but I don't know. Is that the name of the channel?
It's Jose on YouTube, Jose, not a J on Twitter.
On Twitter, gotcha. Okay, but if you go to @Jose Bird on YouTube, I've found it. You'll be able to find Jose's channel. He just did a deep dive on the Daily Wire and their collapse, which has largely been the result of Ben Shapiro and Jeremy Boring's entertainment ambitions. That
imagine if I spend all the Majority Report money on like trying to get my jump shot good enough to
or like if you spent like all the money that you like fundraised to
I'm working out with Dame Lillard's trainer for $5,000 over the summer, and because I want to fulfill my childhood dreams of being a basketball player.
right that's where those resources went, and Jose goes into how What Is a Woman was their by far most successful financially, it appears from the outside, but because not a lot of this is private. They're not enterprise from an entertainment perspective.
They're not even gonna finish the Snow White thing that Brett Cooper was hired to be Snow White in.
And Shapiro has long desired to be a screenwriter, and feels like even though he was born into wealthy circumstances with entertainment connected parents in Los Angeles, that society has really done him wrong. But the problem for Ben is that he's cultivated an audience of Trump supporters, and they don't like when you criticize Donald Trump. So I'm curious how this goes over. Here he is trying to get the dear leader to listen to the more sensible conservatives like him, in his estimation, and fire Peter Navarro, who has been responsible for the trade deficit formula and the tariff policy.
All of it goes by the wayside if the economy tanks. So it is unclear at this point, as we've said, what the result of President Trump's tariff war is going to be. Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, is almost single-handedly holding up the stock market at this point. As I said before, President Trump should basically just put tariff and tax policy in the hands of Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, and let him talk, and everything will be well. And he should also fire Peter Navarro, who's truly a dotard and a fool when it comes to trade policy. Firing Peter Navarro would shore up the economic health of the country in extraordinary ways. Investors would put their money back in knowing that there was solidity. De-dollarization might itself slow or stop. People are withdrawing money from the American system right now, investors, because they are unsure of what comes next. And they are also afraid that if the economy tanks, you will get a populist left-wing party in power that will then completely destroy the investment environment for everybody who actually wants innovation in the United States. So there has to be a recalibrated policy. Scott Bessent has a piece in the Wall Street Journal talking about President Trump's 3 steps to economic growth. And basically he says, we need time.
So he likes Bessent. he's speaking for the investor class, and
The hedge fund guy.
Yeah, the hedge fund guy, who is this version of the adult in the room this time around. Although he might be the singular adult. I guess Rubio's considered the adult, but Trump the other day was saying how he could be like a Henry Kissinger figure and be both Secretary of State and National Security Advisor.
Well, it's funny you say that because Henry Kissinger famous for snowing a liberal journalist saying, "Look, this Nixon fella, he's crazy. I'm one of you guys on the inside trying to play it," and then you actually hear him on the tapes, and he's every bit as psychotic. Matt Taibbi recently said he was upset and angry that people weren't when referencing the Rumesa Ozturk caging. That he's upset that people aren't saying what Marco Rubio said, which said it's not just about the op-ed. Now, Marco Rubio hasn't said what it's about, but Matt Taibbi's upset about him. So that's very Kissingerian.
So what level of aggrievement are we at with Matt Taibbi here? I literally don't even follow it.
We're at the credit Marco Rubio's unsubstantiated claims about a college student arrested for an op-ed level. That's where we're at.
Okay.
Something simple as a crack pipe, a used crack pipe.
I'm just trying to
That's a real thing.
Dispel the tension in my own brain right there. I wonder who Shapiro's speaking to. Like,
investors, rich
yeah.
Ben Shapiro's never been as comfortable with the hogs.
Never.
Because, frankly, a lot of them are anti-Semites on the right wing.
But that's so he hired Candace Owens, and they had this very unholy alliance. This is not a reference to their different religions, but just whatever. They had this.
They're both freaks.
They were able to put he was able to put her anti-Semitism to the side for a while, even defending her when she was platforming Kanye West saying Nazi stuff, when she was giving a talk and saying the problem with Hitler was that he was an expansionist. Now, not the genocide of like the Jews and the Roma and disabled people and LGBTQ people. It was that he decided to be a conqueror. He should be more isolationist. That was what she has said in the past. And he stuck with her throughout all of that until, what do you know, she starts criticizing the state of Israel. Then her anti-Semitism isn't acceptable anymore. She's on the outs. And unfortunately for Ben, she's doing better now than she ever did with the Daily Wire because she's leaning into the anti-Semitism. So you see that on the right, Israel's popularity is decreasing among young Republicans, and it's because you have someone like Candace Owens who's in the top 5 political podcasts regularly in terms of downloads, and that's what they're more drawn towards, because they're never going to have this like egalitarian vision of one democratic state from the river to the sea with Israelis and Palestinians living together and sharing the land like we do on the left. They're going to view it as a race essentialist thing, or in the best case scenario, they have a Dave Smith libertarian thing, which is that like our tax dollars shouldn't be going towards this. But Shapiro's perspective, it's more aligned with like the Koch brothers. He's a bit of a dinosaur in terms of his ideology, and I wonder if criticizing Donald Trump's one of his longest advisors, he brought Navarro back after Navarro was telling him inject the bleach or whatever. He was the guy on the COVID response. Now he messed up the COVID response.
He went to jail for Trump, though.
Went to jail, and so he proved his loyalty, and now he's destroying our economy by telling Trump that by definition, trade deficits are a bad thing. That by definition, if we have a trade deficit with, I don't know, Zimbabwe, that's a bad thing, and they're ripping us off, even though it's completely mathematically impossible for like Zimbabwe to buy more from the United States than we buy from them because they don't have the resources to do it. That's the level of stupidity that is at the top of the White House right now, and Shapiro recognizes it, but the hogs in the audience want the slop. And give me MAGA slop.
Shapiro can't correctly identify this because on a lot of things he agrees with a person like Navarro, who is frankly psycho. He's not a dotard. He is a anti-China psycho.
Yeah.
That's why he's known. He's not just some like old like policy guy. He's an anti-China hawk. And it's that sort of hawkery that Ben Shapiro has nothing really to say against. So he can't really criticize it in any kind of real way.
You know who's a dotard is Donald Trump.
Yeah, the president of the United States right now.
Maybe he
very
has
clearly the shark bites.
Shark bites. The beautiful baby girl of 11 years old. That quote is something else.
Remember that picture of Ivanka on his lap in like the garden around Mar-a-Lago?
Mm-hmm.
Just a normal father-daughter thing.
Normal. Especially normal when he would go on like The View and stuff and say how if she wasn't his daughter, he would want to have sex with her.
How much I would love to know about being a 21-year-old girl.
Condoms. Does everybody know what a condom is? Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our... The president, in a desperate attempt to salvage this disastrous tariff policies, and let's be clear, the damage has been done. Right now, we're just talking about to what extent the damage to the economy is going to be. This is one of those things where it's like the snake has already swallowed the rat, as it were. And we're just it's just a question of like, how long is it going to take to pass through the system? And if Donald Trump makes all sorts of tariff deals that slow things down or stop the tariffs by this weekend, then the rat still has to pass through the snake. It's just not as long of a snake, or whatever happens to a rat inside a snake will happen quicker. And if he doesn't, particularly in terms of China, then it's going to be, some people say disastrous, other people say catastrophic to the economy. The Fed warning yesterday, without saying the word stagflation, was warning of stagflation, which is inflation and job loss and lack of GDP growth. You know, this is two forces that supposedly are inverse of each other, lining up in a very, very bad way. But Donald Trump announced with Keir Starmer, and I guess they were in the Oval Office.
Well, Keir was phoning in. Oh,
was that? Oh, he was?
Yep, he was over the phone.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay. Maybe the British ambassador was there or something.
Yep.
They have signed a pact. Now, let's be clear. Probably, if not the oldest trade partner, maybe the second oldest.
Yep, and it's the best deal we've ever done with anybody.
It's so great. The UK is now going to be able, and let's just be clear here, just so you get a sense of how much they were ripping us off. I want to keep that back up there. But Britain is the 11th biggest trading partner in the first quarter of this year. The 11th biggest. So not even top 10. The two nations have, just to give you a sense of how much we're going to finally gain on this, relatively balanced trade. U.S. sent about $80 billion worth of things like gas and airplanes and machinery and other products to Britain in 2024, and bought about $68 billion pharmaceuticals and other goods. And so not necessarily like we're not getting particularly ripped off by them in Donald Trump's parlance. And there's going to be some reciprocity in terms of beef, I guess, now with us in Britain, although they will not take any type of hormone-laden beef. So it's going to be all specialty beef, at least in the context of this country. They are taking tariffs on steel and aluminum will fall from 25% to 0%. Unclear to me that we purchased that much aluminum and steel from Britain, but maybe this means that other countries will send it through Britain. I don't know how much beef we're going to sell there when they've got like places like Ireland, but who knows? Keep that up for one more second if you could. I guess we're going to get more. What's that car? The Land Rovers. They're going to allow for a little more Land Rovers to get here.
Oh, not just Land Rovers, Sam.
And Bentleys. And Rolls Royce.
Go back to Sam. You want to play this?
Here we go. Let's play this clip
of Tim talking about Rolls Royces here.
So this is the big news that's going to save us.
They, made that deal, but they, we've had just a very special relationship with them. Like, I won't do that deal with cars. I mean, unless somebody shows me that there's another kind of a car that's comparable to a Rolls Royce, and there aren't too many. This is a good commercial for Rolls Royce, but they're going to order a lot of cars.
Mr. President, I wonder whether you'd like to buy.
I mean, well, the last time this happened,
I would be happy to suggest a discount, obviously a very modest discount. We have to protect our profit margins.
I've had many of them, actually. The last time that happened.
Okay, I don't give a shit about this, frankly. You should also know, in terms of cars, so your Rolls Royces will be a little bit more available. Maybe, I don't know if the price is going to go down, but there's going to be a little more availability, and Range Rovers. However, there is going to be a 25% tax that's going to start, a tariff that's going to be levied on car parts starting this Saturday. So, for those of you not getting the Rolls Royces, I got some bad news for you. But here is Trump announcing, right? Is this the clip? Yeah. This is Trump announcing it. And supposedly, and I just want to make clear, 50% of the content of cars assembled in America is imported. So 50% of the cost of cars, of manufacturing the cars, are about to go up 25%. So I guess you could say we're going to see probably 12.5% bump in the cost of car making, just overnight. Here he is bragging about his meeting with China on Saturday. Supposedly, according to the Chinese, the U.S. begged them for a meeting.
This isn't him bragging about the meeting. This is him talking about the ports.
Okay. Well, this is going to be with the ports. But understand, this Saturday, or I should say this weekend, Besant announced that there was going to be a meeting in Switzerland with China. And the Chinese are now saying they begged us for this meeting. Now, who knows? There's a lot of posturing, I'm sure, going into that meeting. And like I say, the other day I heard this rumor about Mother's Day being, a day when Trump was going to cave for the sake of the mothers. But here he is with his ridiculous math about trade.
Because business has slowed down, as you mentioned, we're seeing as a result, the ports here in the U.S., the traffic has really slowed, and now thousands of dock workers and truck drivers are worried about their jobs.
That means we lose less money. When I see that means we lose less money. Look, China.
Okay. There was some business entity, I can't remember the name of it now, that had basically, and maybe you've seen this online, a graph of the timing of everything. April 2, Liberation Day tariffs, container departures from China start slowing. It's a 20 to 40 day container ship transit time. So by early May, mid-May, container ships to U.S. ports come to a stop. And that's what we're seeing right now. It's starting right now. And by then over the course of the next 2 weeks, there's going to be 40% less containers coming into some of the biggest ports in the country. Then from that, 1 to 10 days, Usually it takes by truck or transit to get to the cities. So in a normal situation, something that gets shipped around April 2, right? Whatever it is, whatever goods gets to cities about 30, 45 days later, maybe a little bit more, 50 days later. And that takes us to mid-May, late May. And right now, we are like just on the cusp of this, and we're going to start to see empty shelves and lower sales, which means layoffs. And we're going to see that first in the trucking and then into the retail industries, and then we're going to see it go from there. Now, could this be reversed? No, this is set in stone. But if everything was to change with China this weekend and things started going back up again, you would theoretically only have about a month and a half of this process. Now, do you recover that quickly? No. But maybe by the fall, things would be okay. But that's what we're looking at now. And they're just going to keep trying to trump, as it were, trumpet this trade deal with Britain, where we had literally a, I don't know, 10, 12% deficit, maybe, billions of dollars. And his whole concept of ripping off. If we have no goods coming into the country, we're not losing money. In the same way that if I don't go buy a coffee at the coffee store, I'm not losing money. Like in Donald Trump's mind, if I go buy a coffee, I'm losing money. Forget the fact that I'm getting the coffee. I'm losing money unless the coffee vendor buys a Cedarista membership to, or I guess it would be a majority reporter. I mean, I don't get that expensive of a coffee. But if that person buys a majority reporter member and I buy one coffee a month, then I'm not losing money.
Yeah.
I'm winning. It's such a I don't know, like an arrested version of how this works.
Well, the problem is we call him a businessman. It's great to have a businessman in, but he's a businessman that doesn't produce anything. He's a rentier. He rents things. He's a landlord. He doesn't make things for export, so he doesn't. This is foreign to him.
I'm telling you, Ron Varno told me that this was the way to do it.
All those Chinese truck drivers moving stuff around America.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.
When you think of Toronto music, you probably think of Drake, Tory Lanez, or The Weeknd. But what some of you may not know is that Toronto has one of the most violent and ruthless underground rap scenes in all of North America.
Toronto rapper behind bars.
A young Toronto rapper killed, identified as a popular Toronto rapper.
I was shocked while researching this video at just how deadly the streets of Canada can get. So come with me as we venture to the north side of Jane and Finch, as well as Alexandra Park, to get a first-hand look inside Toronto's most dangerous hoods.
Toronto, this is Jane and Finch, Lost Gang.
Alexandra Park, PO, MG Furrow.
Content creators get shot in their head out here.
Come around here, you might not leave, nigga.
Tell us a little bit about life here in Jane and Finch.
It's the trenches.
Most dangerous, most trench, most known in Canada, I feel like. Not even just Toronto, in Canada.
This episode starts off in Jane and Finch, an area that has been producing famous hip-hop artists since the late 80s and is notorious for the crime and gang activity that goes on there. For years, there has been a clear divide in the neighborhood, with the north side of Jane and Finch, also known as Up Top, repping the Crips, and the south side, also known as Down Bottom, repping the Bloods. In 2007, police conducted a year-long investigation called Project Cryptic that led to over 700 criminal charges being laid against 95 different people, ultimately dismantling the Driftwood Crips and opening the door for a new generation to take over the neighborhood. But more on that in a minute.
All right, guys, check it out. Right now I'm on the north side of Jane and Finch with the one and only
number 35 YG.
In the trap with your auntie. She up a brick in her panty.
This is YG35, a popular rapper from the area that has racked up millions of views on songs like Heard of Me, which went #1 trending on YouTube, and Auntie, which earned him a gold plaque. He has a wild history with the law that we'll touch on here in a bit.
There's a whole bunch of rappers from this area, right?
Yeah.
What up now you rocking? What's good, my boy?
What's up, Pressa?
I couldn't believe it. As soon as I bought my Cuban chain, she called me back.
This is Pressa. From going on tour with Drake to his song Canada Goose racking up nearly 30 million views on YouTube, he has cemented himself as one of the most famous rappers from the streets of Toronto, easily recognizable by his unique voice. And much like YG, he has had to overcome insane legal troubles. At one point, he was accused of having taken part in kidnapping 2 of his enemies, torturing them, forcing them to perform oral sex on one another, filming it, and sending it to their parents to demand $10,000 in exchange for the footage not being publicly released. He was arrested, but miraculously posted bail and was somehow able to go on tour with Drake during this time. But soon after, venues began canceling his shows.
I'm really sorry, but we need to pull the show with Pressa's legal problems in Toronto. It's a risk the venue can't take at the moment. Kidnapping and torture is just too far.
Ultimately, Pressa was found not guilty of these crimes, and 2 other men from Jane and Finch were sentenced for committing these heinous acts.
Who brought you out here, man? You just walking through or what?
We checked in.
You checked in with 35?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said bring a little bit of honey and you're good.
Yeah, you're good, you know?
Bundog.
Here in the cup.
This is Pressa's older brother, BFR Bundog, a talented rapper in his own right. He has a crazy story that started before he was even in 1st grade. When Bundog was around 5 years old, his brother Pressa was born on May 10th, 1996. Only 36 days later, on June 15th, their father, Mark Prestige Gardner, who was alleged to have been a prominent member in the Driftwood Crips, shot and killed a volunteer security